Hi, welcome to Family Affair Gallery in the Lower 8. My name is Freddy Anzures, and we are here with Crystal B, who's traveled all the way from New Jersey, right outside of New York City. And she's going to tell us a little bit about our current show, Michael Jackson, One of a Kind, with respect to her experience.
Okay, so hi everybody, I'm Crystal B from crystalbastrology.com, and I'm just coming off of telling everybody about their progressed moon, which has to do with the cycles that we all shift through all throughout our lives. And it's so cool to be here amidst Michael Jackson, and these 12 portraits actually symbolize the 12 different stages that we all go through. And let me explain. So we start with Aries, and Aries is the first sign, and this is the sign where we're very pioneering, and it's where we need to be seen and heard. And if you look at the whole collection, you can see that this image is one of the biggest images of the collection. So it's very Aries. Next, we're going to go on to the second sign of the zodiac, which is Taurus. And Taurus is very connected to how things look and how things, the senses. And if you see this painting, we can actually see that there's gold. You know, it kind of awakens. It's very different than the gray tones here. It's like awakening our senses. Our eyes are opening up. And you can see in Michael's kind of look, it's a penetrating stare. Taurus has, a very kind of penetrating presence when you encounter it. And it also it really attracts to quality over quantity. And I just feel like quality when I look at this piece. And we go to 3, the third sign and the third painting. Here we're seeing Gemini energy. And Gemini is a phase that we all go through where we're going to be more communicative, we're going to laugh, we're going to enjoy communication, and we're going to enjoy bouncing ideas off of others. And I think when I just look at this painting, I'm just getting that Gemini kind of, I want to have a conversation with Michael when I'm looking at him. Now, the fourth sign and the fourth phase that we go throughout our lives is going to be going through the sign of Cancer. And Cancer is where we kind of revert into our shells. And here we see Michael in a little bit of a more kind of secluded state. There's something deeper going on behind his eyes. He's really, I just sense that he's going more into his shell. And there might be something that's kind of taking him a little bit deeper in rather than being more outward. And he's not engaged here. He doesn't want to talk. He's closed. Now, things change a lot when we get to the fifth sign of the zodiac, which is Leo. And in this phase, now we need to come out. And look at this. We see like him out on the stage. We actually see like the theatrics coming out, which is so Leo. And this is, look, he's like, doing his moves and very Leo. I mean, it's just kind of exuding off of this imagery. And you can just tell with his eyes how he wants to be seen and heard. And then we go on to the sixth sign, which is the sixth phase, which is Virgo. And here we're kind of getting a little bit more inward. And Virgo is not about being flamboyant. Virgo is about getting your act together, getting your plan together. It's very simplistic. And to be honest with you, if we look at the entire collection, this is one of the most simplistic. There's no...
It really is.
Freddie, you agree, right?
Yeah.
I'm not.
That was really part of the reason why I use that as like the main image for the show, is because I feel like that one is relatable to everyone. It brings a smile to your face.
Yeah. But with Virgo, it's about the simple. It's about, it doesn't like the fluff.
Yep.
It likes simple, the simplistic. And that's very much a part of the sign. And the other thing about Virgo is that it's very organized and very, the image itself has a lot of, I feel organized when I look at it. It's just kind of,
the composition.
Yeah. again,
well,
Freddy.
the fact that the initials there's like, you know, it's giving you that organizational quality when you have like a label.
Right. It's just so Virgo. So as we go on, we're going to go to the 7th sign. And the 7th sign is, this is now where we go into Libra territory. And Libra is about relationships. And Libra is very charming too. It really wants to charm the crowd and network and find a partner. And if we look at Michael, we can actually see that, you know, he does look rather charming here. I sense it. And, you know, maybe he's looking at somebody and, hey, baby, come on over here. You know, that's like a very, Libra thinks that 2 is better than 1. It's also, the coloring is really kind of balanced, and Libra is totally zen, and it really loves and appreciates balance. And I just, and Freddie, you can pop in if you want, but
Yeah.
I feel balanced when I look at this.
This one is like it's a version of Andy Warhol pop art.
Ah, okay.
Michael Jackson, and Andy Warhol was all about creating iconic imagery that is made to be accessible to like a huge audience. So I don't know, is Libra energy the type of energy that's like, I want to be accessible to, or like
Again, it's about networking.
Yeah, networking.
Yeah, it's very network centered,
Yep.
and
it's an icon. It's like an iconic image.
Well, and it's charming. It appreciates the look of things, and also, you know, other people's opinions. I just kind of resonate towards it. Now, as we move on to the 8th sign, this is Scorpio, and this is the Scorpio phase, and how fitting that this ended up being a werewolf. It was, before we started this video, we've all been laughing about how perfect this is for Scorpio, because if you know a Scorpio, or if you've gone through a Scorpio phase, which we all do at some point in our life, you become a little bit more like a werewolf. And, you know, there's the darkness, but there's also the fire in your eye. And that werewolf there, but it is scary. It can be scary, but it's also, you know, there's something behind this werewolf. And this phase of where Michael was is so indicative of the Scorpio energy. And then we go on to the 9th sign, which is Sagittarius. And Sagittarius is all about the possibilities, and also is a lot more colorful than the sign before it. And if you notice, you can see there's Sagittarius, the natural color for Sagittarius is purple, and we can see the purple coming through. And there's something, you know, Sagittarius loves inspiration, and so it's not necessarily in his look, it's more in the coloring of this that I feel that inspiration. And Sagittarius also likes to connect to foreigners, and it also likes to pick up different spirituality systems, different belief systems. So it's the natural philosopher of the zodiac. So he might be, you know, going through a philosophical phase here. But we kind of, you know, the coloring really that's the thing that jumps out. One of the biggest things that jumps out, which really matches up with Sagittarius. But there's certainly stuff happening deeper in his mind. The philosopher is kind of building there. As we go on, this is the 10th sign, which would be Capricorn. And looking at the full collection itself, this is the 10th house, the 10th sign, Capricorn, is all about, you know, your achievements coming together and being seen and heard in the public eye. And this is the biggest piece of the collection. And I just, it resonates as being that power, Capricorn being on the top, the goat climbing the mountain and coming to the top and having, you know, a status of achievement. And this is very symbolic of his phase. As we go on, we go to the 11th sign, which is Aquarius. And Aquarius is known for being outside the box and also looking at things differently. And this is the most eccentric of all the pieces, in my opinion. He's got sunglasses on. He doesn't care about what people think. And that's what Aquarius energy is all about. It also is very different, and it's very connected to groups. So there's a very kind of group-centric, or kind of finding your tribe you know, who's in your tribe. Maybe this was a phase of where he was really kind of connecting with his tribe and who his tribe was, and kind of Xing out the people who are not part of his tribe.
Well, he's wearing like a militaristic uniform too, which is group leader.
You're right, absolutely. But the sunglasses just put that eccentric vibe into it.
Even the way the strokes are.
Yeah, exactly. You're absolutely right. It just, I just exude that eccentricity when I look at this one. I like this one. And finally, the 12th sign is Pisces. And all of us who are here in the gallery agreed that, you know, Michael looks a little bit dazed and confused. The 12th sign is, of course, Pisces. And Pisces is the dazed and confused sign. You know, it also is, there's many good things to Pisces, like creativity and being able to help other people. But you can see in Michael's phase here that he probably was drawing towards the, you know, the shadow side of Pisces, which is the addictive side, and the side that potentially can make us get lost. And it's very karmic. And I think that in his life, his last phase was very much, there was a lot of addictive qualities that were coming out, which is very indicative of Pisces. So that is the collection of, you know, it's just so amazing to kind of look at these 12 pieces and connect it with the 12 signs of the zodiac. What so many of us don't understand is that we all are going through these phases all throughout our lives. And you can actually map it back if you look at your astrology. And it's just so fun to be able to look at it through art. Because when we look at, you know, an icon like Michael Jackson, we can just see it coming to life. And it really is an amazing, wonderful thing. Freddie, do you want to add
Michael
anything?
Jackson's sign is what? He was born on August 28th, 1958.
So he's a Virgo.
He's a Virgo.
A
And
Virgo.
which one of these is?
That would be this one right here.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
That's the one we chose for the poster.
It is. Okay. So again, it's just an alignment that naturally happened. You know, the universe always has a way of.
That was the one that actually inspired the whole idea. This one.
His own sign.
Yep.
Yeah.
Wow.
So thank you guys for, you know, checking in and watching. You know, I hope you found some insight and kind of connected back to a really iconic figure.
And this is also Crystal's first time in San Francisco, so we're welcoming her here too. Hopefully this will be
Thank
the
you,
last
San
time.
Francisco. Bye. Thank you.
Cool.